Welcome to Dreamed It, Then Real Lifed It, the podcast where we dive deep into the journey from vision to reality. I'm Kelly Jackson, your guide on this path of self-discovery, transformation, and intentional living. Here, we explore everything from mindset shifts and personal growth to spiritual alignment and entrepreneurship, sharing insights, stories, and actionable wisdom to help you live a life in harmony with your dreams. Every episode will dig into what it means to not only dream big, but to actually consciously create the life you envision. Let's turn your dreams into real life. Before we begin, let's land for a moment. You showed up today because part of you is turning toward truth, expansion, and alignment. Sunday Spark is my weekly email created for the ones who are ready to live life in full ownership, to build in rhythm and grow from a place of ease. Each letter includes insights, activation prompts, and practical tools woven through my holistic trifecta, which is optimal health, positive relationships, and wealth building. And the best part? It's only 45 to 90 seconds to read. It's a quick spark, a gentle activation, something you can carry into your week. If you want that kind of moment in your inbox every Sunday, you're invited. Sunday Spark is there. It's ready when you are. The link to join is in the show notes. Hello and welcome to the podcast. This episode is dropping on June 22nd, and I've got big news for y'all. In 2 weeks from tomorrow to be exact, I'm doing something that I have never done before. For 10 days, I'm taking over a storefront in Baton Rouge and creating something called the Festival of Whatchawant. It's a 10-day immersive pop-up installation. And what's interesting is that the closer it gets, the more I realize this isn't actually about a pop-up. Originally, that's what I thought it was going to be. It has really evolved. So we're going to talk about this today. I'm going to start how it started with a pressure washer surface cleaner. I know, crazy. So I'd been wanting to pressure wash at the house. I wanted to pressure wash the driveway. And so I was going to go rent one of these surface cleaners that like attaches to the pressure washer. And you kind of push it like a lawnmower, basically. And it's got a big round, it spins. So the water spins in a circle and it just can clean like 24-inch diameter. It's just very efficient for pressure washing driveways. I went into such great detail because if you've never used a pressure washer surface cleaner for like your driveway, 10/10 recommend, okay? They will save you a lot of time. And anyway, it's typically a really great thing to use, but that's where this story kind of takes a turn. So I had planned on renting the surface cleaner. I had the day to myself. You know, everybody's like gone doing something. I had the whole house to myself, the whole day to myself. I'm like, perfect. I'm going to do the driveway. So I go to the store to go rent the surface cleaner, and I go one way to get there, and then I drive another way home. I get home, and as it turns out, the surface cleaner is not compatible with my pressure washer. Like the hoses, the connectors do not connect. I'm like, okay. So I got to go back and see if they have like a different hose or a connector that I could get. So I didn't get mad about it or anything. I was like, oh, I should have thought to check, but I didn't. No big deal. Let me go back. So when I went back, I went the same route that I had come home. So I didn't go the same route I went the first time. I came home a different route, and now I went back that same route I came home. And I passed the shopping center on my way to the rental store. I got the hose I needed, and then I came back home and I passed that shopping center for the third time. And the third time I passed the shopping center, I kind of was looking over and noticing that there were some vacant buildings. I take that back. The second time, so on my way back to the rental store, I noticed the shopping center because I intentionally chose to go that direction. And I was looking at the shopping center and kind of noticing the vacant buildings, like a vacant property, and it had a sign in the window like saying for lease. And then I went, took care of the hose, and then I drove that same route back. And on the third time passing the center, I decided to pull in. I'm like, let me just go look. And so I went and looked. There were 2 vacant spots that I'd noticed. And I really liked one of them. And so I was like, the wheel started turning. I was like, maybe, I wonder if I could do something here. I was not looking for like a long-term permanent lease situation, not at this location, not here. That's not what I was doing, but it felt like there's something here for me. So I just got back in my car and I drove home with my hose because remember, I was excited about doing the driveway. Well, I got home, hooked it all up. Anyway, it was just not working. And so I was like, okay, I got to go take this thing back. Like it was turning out to be way more effort and trouble, and it was just not working. And I really live a life, if y'all remember that episode, what if it gets to be easy? If not, go listen to it. But I'm kind of live by that mantra. What if it gets to be easy? And I'm like, this is not supposed to be this hard. Like if I was meant to pressure wash today, it would not have been this hard. But I wasn't getting pissed. I wasn't getting all aggravated about it. I was just like, okay, let's just see where the day leads. So I loaded the pressure, all the stuff back into the vehicle. I said, I'm just going to go take it all back. So I did. So then I passed the place a 4th time and then a 5th time on my way home. So the 5th time I passed that shopping center. And again, I didn't get pissed about the pressure washer not working or the hose not being right. I wasn't like mad. I wasn't on the phone while I was driving, talking to a friend, like just bitching about my whole day. I had it all planned. I wasn't complaining. I wasn't just spending that energy griping about what went wrong. And instead, I was just staying in my center, which allowed me to be open and receptive to this energy of the shopping center kind of speaking to me, right? So after the 5th time of passing it, I said, I'm going to call. And so I reached out to the landlord and I said, hey, do you have plans for this? And I named the property I was talking about. I said, because I have something in mind, not long-term, but short-term, that I'd like to talk to you about if you want to give me a call. Well, he instantly called back and I told him that I had stopped by and looked and that I do lots of market events. Well, I say lots. I used to do tons. At this stage in my life, I wouldn't say I do lots. It has been a lifestyle for me in the past. I'll leave it at that. And I've recently, after vowing I was not ever going to do markets again, I've recently in the last couple years, I've done a handful again, but I still recognize this isn't for me. That was for a season of my life. But okay, let me say this and then it'll all make sense. So just bear with me here. Where I'm at in my life right now. So to go set up for an event, and I love to be a part of like White Light Night, Hot Art Cool Nights, Fest for All, these all kinds of festivals and events, right? I like to go be a part and be in the community and be out there and having the conversations. I don't like it. I love it. However, the nature of my business and what all I do now, it is for me to go set up in an event. Look, I've got some girlfriends and guy friends, just artist friends and maker friends who literally can set up their entire booths in like 15 minutes. I'm not kidding. Chastity, I'm looking at you, sister. But look, I love it. And I'm like, wow, that's amazing. They have a product, they have a system, they have husbands or partners or people or themselves that make and create their own systems for transportation and setup and breakdown that work with their product. And they do shows all the time. And look, guys, if you don't know, I used to be an event promoter. Like I used to, me and my Tamara, my girlfriend, business partner, friend, my gal pal, she and I had businesses. We did that. Gift and general merchandise markets, twice a year, 50 or 25,000 square foot, big open building with over 100 vendors we would do. So I've been on the other end of it too. And so, but I've also been a vendor myself. And so I know I have a lot of experience in the vending world, the markets, the festivals and all that, the breakdowns, the setups, just everything it takes. I have seen countless vendors over the last 2 decades break down and pick up their booths, right? And I watch and I study and I love all this stuff. And what I've concluded is that where I am in my life now and everything that I'm doing and the type of business that I have, the world that I've built, it doesn't really package up well and transport to a market event for 4 hours. Because a market, those are like, hey, I make candles, I make jewelry, here's my paintings, walk in, you see it, you like it, you buy it, you leave. That's not the kind of work I do. Guys, if you're listening to the podcast, you know, right? There's a lot more to it, a lot more layers. It's not really something that you just always walk in and instantly, it's more layered is all I'm saying. So you might need a little time to marinate in it. That's all. So all that to say, when he called back, the landlord, I said, hey, you know, I do all these events where I go and I set up for 4 hours or 6 hours or whatever the case may be. And it's just a lot of breaking down my existing world and my white space and my art studio and all of the different things to bring stuff here for only a couple short hours to bring it all back. What I would love to do is go into this space and do a 10-day pop-up and set up shop there for 10 days. And he ended up, and we talked a little, and he said, yeah, I see what you're doing. And I actually got a better location for you at the other end of the shopping center, a place that I didn't even notice was open because the signage and everything was still like up on the building. Whereas the other end, they had already taken the signage down. So I went and looked and I was like, you know what? I love it. You're right. It's perfect. And he was on board and, you know, we worked out logistics and all of that kind of stuff. And it went from, you know, he asked for a proposal. I got the green light and it went from an idea to being real. And so that's, you know, it started as a possibility. It slowly became a reality. And I say slowly, I mean, this happened really over the course of like 48 hours. It happened pretty quickly. But it wasn't like, my goal for the day was to pressure wash the driveway, not to have a 10-day festival. That wasn't in, what is it, on my bingo card? I keep hearing people say that. That wasn't on my bingo card. Okay? Like, not at all. So I'm excited and I want to tell you about it. First, I wanted to tell you how it even happened. And then I want to tell you what it is, or let's start with what people think it is. Okay? Because some people might assume that it's an art show because I'm an artist. And they've seen maybe the Sombras when I've posted about it on Instagram. Some people might think it's a retail shop because I called it, when I first talked about it, I called it a pop-up shop because originally that's all I thought it was going to be. And then it's evolved a little. And so some people might assume that it's a workshop series only because even on the signage that I've, again, shown on Instagram, it says workshop series. And some people, because they know I'm a holistic and life and business alignment coach, may assume it's a coaching event. Guess what? It is actually all of those and none of those. Okay, so then what is it? That's what we're going to talk about. So yes, it's art, it's workshops, it's coaching, it's creativity, it's community, it's curiosity, it's collaborations. It's all of the things. And as I was creating it, as I was getting into the space, because I got the keys that first day. So it will be 10 days is when it lasts. So I will have had basically a month in there before the festival begins. So in that sense, it's become a living residency for me. It's basically become an artist residence for me. So I have the keys. Let's take, for example, a pop-up shop, a market, a festival like that you go like on the weekend, you go Saturday and there's vendors popped up. So if I were to do an event like that, all the planning leading up to it is happening in my art studio in the white space. If you don't know what the white space is, that is a not open to the public workspace that I have where I keep inventory and do my fulfillment. Art studio is where I create. The white space is where I keep inventory and do fulfillment. So, but I do have things there. So this is like become a residency. So typically that stuff is either in my house, in my art studio, in the white space, and I'm juggling it between these three spaces. And now this is a residency. Everything is coming to this space, this storefront where I am hosting the festival, and I've been working in there and creating in there and building in there, and it's amazing and it's wonderful and it feels so good, especially the way my creative process works, because I get to live, not literally live, I live at my house, but I'm getting to live in the space and letting it talk to me and letting it reveal itself to me. And I'm not trying to imagine the space from another location. I'm getting to stand in it and say, okay, what is the journey feel like when you walk in the door? Where does your eye go? Where do you lead? Where do you stop? Where do you land? Where do you naturally move or gravitate towards? What do I want the flow to feel like? Guys, this stuff lights me up. I love this kind of stuff. And so the fact that I've been able to be living and working and creating inside the space ahead of time has been really awesome for me, because I thrive in these conditions. The space, the openness, the just breathing room. It's awesome. So what I've done, what I did, and then what I'm going to tell you about, I've created a schedule. So I was like, okay, because you might know or you might not know, I do workshops. I do art workshops. I do like personal development, self-reflection type workshops. I do all kinds of workshops. And I do the anchor circle, like I'm calling them workshops, but they're just, they are, I guess, whatever, events. You can call them events. But I do lots of different sorts of things that span across art, design, personal development, reflection, all that. And I said, if I've got this space, why not just offer lots of my workshops kind of all during this 10 days and let people choose? And so that's what I decided to do. What I'm going to do is tell you a little bit, and this is going to give you a better idea about what's happening here, because we've got 23 workshops, ticketed events, and then we've got one free night, Saturday night. It's a vibe night. I'm going to tell you about that. It's going to be awesome. But so there are going to be, over the course of the 10 days, 23 ticketed events, workshops, things you can come to. And then in between those times, it's open studio. So you can just come in. There's marketplace, there's art gallery, there's open studio, which means you can come in, and I've got some activities that you can, I'm going to say like pay to play type thing. Kind of like Build-A-Bear, where you like go into Build-A-Bear and you pay and then you go on your own journey. You do your own thing. Like, here's the menu, here's what you can choose from, and then you go do what you want to do. It's the same sort of thing. So I've got all the stuff out. You can pick which activity, which prompt, which thing that you want to participate in. You can pay and you can do that self-guided experience. Anytime you can walk in on a random Tuesday at 2:00 when there's nothing on the schedule and do one of these interactive activities self-guided activities. And there's a schedule of events, and that's what I want to tell you about. So I've divided it into kind of 4 categories: create, move, reflect, and receive. And these are the things you can do. And I've got different things available in each one of these categories. And I want to tell you a little bit about each of them. Now, I will say this, you're going to notice. So I'm going to read you the calendar, and you're going to notice that some of these workshops, I offer them 3 times. You're going to have the option to do it in the morning. You're going to have the option to do it midday, and you're going to have the option to do it in the evening. I've done this for a couple reasons. For one, because everybody has different schedules. So I don't want you to not be able to do a workshop because your schedule won't allow it, right? And the other thing is, for instance, for the videography workshop, morning, midday, evening, you may pick, well, technically golden hour. You may decide, hey, for videography, I want to do golden hour, or hey, I want to learn how to get a little better at midday videography because that's when I'm mostly going to be using it. So for different reasons, I have given you a couple options on the schedule. So you will hear some of the workshops are repeated more than one time. That means you have options. There is one workshop that is only offered one time, and that is on the opening day. We're going to talk about that. And the movement workshops are also not repeated, but there are 4 of them. So let's get into it. Under Create, we've got Create Your Personal Manifesto, Art of Noticing, Words Matter, and Guardian Angels. Under Move, we've got Hot Girl Launch, Glow Up Flow, Self-Love Flow. Under Reflect, we've got Letter to Self, Stop Auditioning for Your Life, Me Sombras Experience, and New Moon Circles. And under Receive, we've got Rest and Receive. That's great, Kelly. But what does any of that mean? Exactly. So I'm going to tell you a little bit about some of them. And this is just a little bit of a blurb, but so you can know what's coming up. So we are kicking off the festival. We're doing it right. You got to have opening ceremonies, right? You got to have some sort of opening ceremonies. And we're going to kick it off with the Hot Girl Launch. Hot Boy Launch, whatever you want to call it. I'm a girl, so I'm calling it a Hot Girl Launch. And this is a collab with Hotworks here in Baton Rouge. And Will, who is one of the managers at Hotworks, who is also, guys, he's in the running for National Virtual Instructor. So we are rooting for Will to make it all the way to Virtual Instructor. And he's going to be joining us. So Hot Girl, Hot Boy, Hot Person Summer starts here. Join us for an energizing workout experience led by Will. It's going to be designed to get you moving and sweating and laughing and stepping into your most confident self. And if you don't want to sweat, you don't have to sweat, but you can still come and move. And I want you to come as you are, and I want you to leave feeling powerful. That's the whole point. And this category is like movement embodiment. And let me preface this list I'm about to give you by saying this. I am going to have a link in the show notes with the schedule and the little link to get your tickets because, again, it's not like unlimited availability. There will be a limited number of tickets available for each of these workshops, but most of the workshops are offered more than one time, aside from the movement workshop. So just know that this episode is dropping on the 22nd, which is basically 2 weeks, almost exactly 2 weeks before the festival kicks off. So go ahead. If you hear anything that sounds interesting, if you want to join, you can click on the link in the show notes, and that's going to take you to the spot where you buy tickets, but it's also going to have more in-depth descriptions of each of these workshops. I'm just giving y'all a quick little blurb. When you go to the website, you'll be able to actually read about it. You know what I'm saying? All right. So let's keep going. So we're kicking it off, a collab with Hotworks, the Hot Girl Launch. That's going to be in the morning. And then midday, we're doing the Create Your Personal Manifesto. Now, we are kicking off the Festival of Whatchawant by getting clear on who you are becoming. Through guided prompts and reflection and creative exercises, you're going to be able to create a personal manifesto to serve as your compass for the season ahead. This is the only time this workshop is available because this is opening ceremony. So create your personal manifesto. This is like intention setting, guys. That's why it's at the very beginning. Okay. So if you want to get in on this one, you have to come the first day because that's the only day we offer this one. That's what I was telling you. That's the only workshop that's offered one time. And then besides the movement ones, right? So the category of that I would say is like reflect and personal development and a little artsy. It'll be a little artsy fartsy in there too. Now, also on opening day, which is July 7th, that evening we have the art of noticing. Now, this is a smartphone videography workshop. I did a 4-hour intensive art of noticing videography workshop. This is the little sister workshop, okay? It's a little baby one, an hour and a half. And you will learn how to capture beauty in everyday moments using nothing more than your phone. And you can expect to explore perspective and composition and movement and storytelling while discovering how slowing down can help you see the world differently. And of course, you guys know I'm a professional smartphone videographer. I do get paid to do that professionally as well. So this is a whole, I love the world of smartphone videography, and this is something I'm really excited to be teaching, this little mini version of this workshop. So if you're into DIY family films or for your business or your family or just your hobbies or interests, you will definitely love that workshop. Then the next day we've got so anyway, that's Monday. Well, I'm just going to read you the different workshops first, the blurbs, because that's not actually in order. So Guardian Angel Workshop. This is creating your own one-of-a-kind guardian angel using reclaimed and unexpected materials. And this is part art project, part keepsake. It's a workshop that invites you to craft a meaningful reminder that you're supported. And this also is, I've talked about this before on the podcast, on Instagram, on my blog. This is a workshop I've done in public spaces before. And what really comes up with this, and we'll be tying this in as well, is this works great too with grief. And part of what we'll be asking for is you bring, fabric that's meaningful to you or even from a loved one. So again, there'll be more information online about this, but Guardian Angel Workshop, that's under the category of create and art, and it can even fall into the reflection category as well. The next one is Letter to Self, and I've done this workshop before. Oh, it's so good. It's so good. And to see what everyone created, it's like give me chills. It really does. So Letter to Self is, so through guided prompts and creative exercises and thoughtful reflection, you will explore your inner world and create a meaningful message to yourself. And whether that's through writing, collage, poetry, mixed media, expression, just the experience itself invites you to slow down and listen inward and mark a threshold, something you're releasing, something you're letting go, something you're moving on. It's very symbolic. It's very personal, and you leave with something that is uniquely your own. This is under the category of reflect and creative expression. Lots of art, creative expression here. Another one is, and also that is personal development. Stop auditioning for your life. I don't know if you remember or not, but that's a podcast episode. Check it out. I don't know the number off the top of my head, but look, that's the title, Stop Auditioning for Your Life. Now, as far as a workshop goes, it was inspired by the podcast episode, and how many opportunities and relationships and dreams and experiences are waiting for you to stop proving yourself and to start choosing yourself? That is the big question that this workshop wants to answer. And it explores self-worth and authenticity and what it means to fully step into your own life. And that one is under the category of reflect and personal development. Then we've got the Sombras Experience. And this is one I'm excited about, obviously, because you get to meet the guides and uncover their stories and explore the deeper themes hidden beneath the surface. So this is part artist talk, part interactive experience. It is a workshop that offers behind the scenes look into the world of Mi Sombras, and then it's going to call you to do a little of that shadow work of your own and create art from that place, just like I've done. And this is under the category of reflect, art experience. And really, I would say this one covers a lot of bases. It's actually way more than just reflect and art experience. Words matter. Okay, guys, this one, I'm so excited. This is hand lettering and affirmations workshop. I have never offered this one before, and I'm so excited because I've actually been working on I don't know if you want to call it a course, I don't know what you want to call it, but yeah, a hand lettering course. So if you guys know or don't know, I was a professional hand lettering artist, a full-time professional hand lettering artist for over half a decade. So for like 6 years, literally from the time I woke up to the time I went to bed, hand lettering is what I did. Like I full-time got paid. That's for my handwriting. Isn't that wild? But that's what I did. I was a hand lettering artist. And so I've written it's not a book, it's a workbook, more of like a workbook, like a little fun hand lettering workbook that I've been creating. I started a while back. I shelved it for a while, and now it's been speaking to me again. And I was like, okay, it's time. We're going to do the workshop. So the workshop is going to be hand lettering and affirmations workshop. And you're going to discover the power of language through hand lettering and learn some simple and fun and interesting lettering techniques while creating an affirmation piece that's designed to encourage and inspire and remind you of what matters the most. So I'm going to be basically teaching you some of the stuff that's in my little workbook, and we'll be applying it. And so instead of you doing it on your own, we'll be doing it there together. It's going to be fun, guys. And this is under the category of create and art and feeling good. Then we've got a glow up flow. So this is a collab with the Beach Fitness Club and Andy she's a booty yoga teacher who teaches over there. And if you guys don't know, the Beach Fitness Club, that's my sister's gym. My sister, her husband, they got a business partner, and it's right down the street from where I'm popping up. And the Beach Fitness Club is actually one of Baton Rouge's oldest. Okay, I had to laugh for a second. It's Baton Rouge's oldest gym, now 225's newest gym. So I did the logo and some design work for the beach when my sister and them first came on board, when it became the beach, and when they all took it over. And I was trying to come up with some marketing and stuff for the signs of the trailer and the billboards and stuff. And this used to be a gym called Foxy's. And if anybody's familiar with Baton Rouge, back in I guess it was maybe built in like the 70s, before I was born. But I know that when I was a child in the 80s, that was like, Foxy's was like one of the, back then it was like the place to go. It was a family community center. It had the pools and 60,000 square feet. It's like the big family gym. And I guess the family in town had owned it over the generations. And anyway, so when my sister and them came on board and they said they were going to make it the beach and this new business model, just all of the things, and I was playing around with it, I said 225's oldest GYM. Now, or I said Baton Rouge's oldest GYM, now 225's newest GEM. Because it truly is a gym. They have renovated it. They have made it so beautiful, so amazing, added so many amenities, upgraded it, updated it. My sister has gone in and added an entire kids camp, kids summer camp, kids other camp. They've got Nerf wars. They've got parkour. They've got swimming pool parties with you can do parties there. They've got pickleball, soccer, basketball, all kinds of things. And they're building this amazing tiny town right now for the littles. It is like, it's the beach tiny town. You go in, they've got like 11 different businesses in there, the cafe, the schoolhouse, the vet, all of the different things. And I guess I can go ahead and tell you. So they've got the cafe, the little bakery, the schoolhouse, the market, the grocery, the burger joint, the ice cream truck, the house, the barn, the fishing boat, the tiki hut, the construction site, the service station. It's so amazing, guys. And my dad's been building the whole thing, which has been pretty neat to watch it come to life. It'll be opening this summer, and for birthday parties and open play and all the kind of stuff. And so naturally, being right down the street and being my sister, I wanted to collaborate with the beach. It's such a great place. It's such a great gym. Y'all know how much fitness and movement and all of that stuff is important in my life. And I believe it's an important part of, or needs to be an important part of everyone's life. So I encourage everyone to move your body every day. All that to say, so the glow up flow, Andy, who teaches booty yoga, B-U-T-I, booty yoga, B-U-T-I. It's a type of yoga. It's a really fun type of yoga. And I first met Andy, it's been it's been well over a decade ago. Or I guess it's probably been a decade ago. I took booty yoga from her. That was my first experience with it. And it was so much fun. Andy is such a great teacher. And so now we're doing this collab here. So she's over at the beach now. So we're going to have black lights, movement, music, unapologetic energy. Okay. It's a high vibe experience combining fitness and self-expression in a way that's going to leave you feeling strong and empowered and fully alive. We are glowing up. Okay. This is the glow up flow. That's going to be fun. That's a nighttime one. And then we got the self-love flow. Now this is a collab with my other people, Leela Yoga. Y'all know how much I love Leela Yoga Lifestyle on Highland Road in Baton Rouge. And this is going to be Brittany leading this. She's one of the co-owners of Leela. And she and I are going to be doing it together. It's a 2-hour workshop. All of the movement are 2-hour. It's a workshop. So there's going to be circle, then there's going to be movement, and then there's going to be circle again. It's not just, you're not just coming to a workout class, okay? Or a yoga class. It's different. These are events. So again, you're going to want to hop on that link in the show notes and go to the actual website, and you're going to want to read the bios because there's more to it than just what I'm telling you right now. I just want to give you a little taste, okay? Now, pardon, I didn't know that I had my little notification text turned on. That was one of my one of the people I'm collabing with. I'm going to tell you about in just a minute. So self-love flow, that's going to be a nighttime flow, self-love Sunday, and it's going to be a soulful movement experience that's designed to reconnect you with yourself. And we're going to do that through breath and intention and black light flow with self-love goodness oozing out of our skin. Okay, it's going to be so good. It's going to be so juicy, so yummy. You're going to explore what it means to cultivate self-love from the inside out. And we're going to have so much fun. So this is going to be movement, mindfulness, all of that kind of stuff. And, a fun Sunday night vibe in the black lights. Then we've got moon circles. So we're going to have 2 of those because Tuesday the 14th is the new moon. And I don't know if you're part of my moon letters, but if not, the link to join moon letters is in the show notes. So this is a collab with Katie, who owns Kaleidoscope Salon. And Katie is amazing. She's been hosting moon circles for a while. I went to every one of her moon circles, except for maybe one when I was out of town for a full year. And this is something she and I really love to do together. We really connect with on the moon circles together. So this is a dream collab, and y'all are going to have fun. So we're going to do two. One during the day, it's a little shorter, a 75-minute, and then we'll have an evening new moon circle, more of a ritual style in the evening. But this is going to be a time, the daytime one, to pause, reflect, set intentions for the lunar cycle ahead. And the daytime gathering is going to combine guided reflection, journaling, meaningful conversation in a supported community setting, okay? That's like reflect, spiritual wellness category. And then the evening one's going to be a little more. Okay. It's going to be an immersive evening ritual. We're going to honor the energy of the new moon. We're going to do that through intention setting and reflection and community and ceremony and ritual. And then you will create space for what you're already ready to call in next. Okay. It's going to be beautiful. That's at night. Again, reflect, spiritual wellness. That's kind of the category of that. Now, Rest and Receive is the closing ceremony collab with Leela. This is the final movement workshop opened and offered, and it's happening on the closing day. And so this is a collab with Leela and Marina, my tall, beautiful Russian goddess restorative teacher. She's amazing. And she's going to be collabing with me. Again, it'll be 2 hours. And the whole festival is going to conclude with an invitation to slow down. Okay, we're going to do that through restorative practices, guided relaxation, intentional stillness. You're going to integrate everything you've experienced and create the space to simply receive. This is so important. Okay, this is under the category of receive and restoration. And that final day, July 16th, this rest and receive is going to happen from 11 to 1. And then I'm pretty much going to be wrapping it up within the next hour or two after that ends, because I've got opening reception for an art show downtown that I'm in, that I have a piece in. I'm going to tell you all about that later. But so the final day, it's going to close early. It's going to end with the closing ceremony, which is the collab with Leela. Marina is going to be alongside me, and we'll be guiding y'all through resting and receiving. And then I'll close it up. And then hopefully y'all will all meet me downtown at the Arts Council at the gallery downtown for the Tell a Vision art show that opens that night. And I've got a piece in that, and it's actually the debut of the second generation of Mi Sombras, which I'm very excited about. So generation 1 of Mi Sombras, the original paintings will be displayed. So the gallery will be set up inside the space. You will get to view and do the interactive experiences of the first generation of the Mi Sombras guides. And then they will be up, and then that last day is going to lead right into the debut of the second generation. You will get to see the first guide in the second generation of the Mi Sombras guides. And if you'll remember, each generation, 13 guides are released. So on the final day of the Festival of Whatchawant, you will get to meet the first guide of the next 13 that are about to come out, which I'm really excited about. So, the Festival of Whatchawant is not built around one topic, as you may have started to notice, okay? It's built around one question. What do you want? Some experiences help you create, okay? Some are going to help you move. Some are going to help you reflect. Some are going to help you receive. Over 10 days, you will have the opportunity to explore that question from every angle. What do you want? That is the umbrella that ties this whole thing together, and it immediately makes the schedule feel like a curated journey instead of a list of random workshops, okay? I'm going to read you the schedule now just so you have an idea. This will go quickly, and then you can just download it down below. So Tuesday, opening day, Hot Girl Launch 9 to 10:30, Create Your Personal Manifesto 2 to 3:30, Art of Noticing 6 to 7:30. Wednesday, July 8th, Guardian Angel 1 to 2, Letter to Self 4 to 6:30. Thursday the 9th, Stop Auditioning for Your Life 11 to 12:15, The Sombras Experience 4 to 6:30. Friday the 10th, Words Matter 2:30 to 4, Glow Up Flow 7 to 9 p.m. Saturday the 11th, Art of Noticing 8 to 9:30, Words Matter 11 to 12:30, Guardian Angel 3 to 4. Saturday night is a free night, and we're going to circle back around to that because I got to tell you about it. Sunday, the Sombras Experience from 9 to 11:30. So I wanted on Sunday morning to give a spiritual alternative to church. Some people will go to church. Some people enjoy Sunday mornings as set aside for a spiritual or reflective practice that maybe is non-secular, that's not, or it doesn't even, this is not competing. I wanted to offer a spiritual, something sacred and spiritual to fill your Sunday morning, because typically I feel like a lot of people like to reserve their Sunday mornings for a spiritual practice. That's why I've got Sombras Sunday morning, and I'm looking forward to those of you who show up for that one. Then I've got Letter to Self from 1 to 3:30, and that Self-Love Flow with Brittany from 6:45 to 8:45. Monday, we've got the Art of Noticing from 11 to 12:30, Stop Auditioning for Your Life from 3 to 4:15, and Words Matter from 6 to 7:30. Tuesday, the 14th, we've got the Daytime New Moon Circle from 11 to 12:15, and the Evening New Moon Ritual from 7 to 9. Wednesday, the 15th, Guardian Angels from 11 to 12, Letter to Self from 5:30 to 8, and Thursday, we're closing it all down with Rest and Receive from 11 to 1. Okay, now let me tell you about Saturday night. So all week, we've got a schedule, we've got things. I wanted to offer something in the evening because I know some people work during the day, and so I wanted to give y'all options. And then I also wanted to have a night where we could just hang out, where we could chill, where we could vibe together. And that's what Saturday night's going to be. So Saturday, our last workshop is Guardian Angels from 3 to 4. And then I'm going to head home. I'm going to take a little break. I'm going to go home. I'm going to take a bath. I'm going to get myself together, change clothes, and then we coming back up Saturday night. And I got Camry who's going to join me. And let me tell y'all about Camry, because we're going to have fun with Camry. Camry A. Smith Creative Bartending. Most folks know her as Cam, though. Cam and I connected at the Letter It Out book release party at the Red Shoes, which, by the way, there will be some of the Letter It Out books for sale at the Festival of Whatchawant, and all the profits go to the Red Shoes, local nonprofit. I know all my Baton Rouge people, y'all know, so come out and get you a Letter It Out book. I was one of the artists featured in that book, 25 local artists. You can learn more about it there or on my Instagram. Well, anyway, so at the book release party, which was at the Red Shoes, Cam was there bartending, and we hit it off and we talked. I was like, I know there is going to be something in my life where you and I are going to collaborate on. And then here comes the pop-up in the Festival of Whatchawant, and I gave Cam a call. I'm like, all right, girl, now's the time. And so she specializes in zero proof, and I love that. And she makes amazing drinks, and this is what she does. It's nourishing. She likes to nourish the human spirit through beverage experiences. That's kind of her whole jam. And what she's going to be doing Saturday night is going to be interactive, and it will be debuting at this event. So y'all are going to come Saturday night, no ticket, no cover, just come. There will be art on the wall, interactive art. There will be gallery. There's a marketplace. There will be open studio. We've got a whole interactive mural situation, fun thing happening on the wall that you can participate in. I have a whole seating area. We have a tea bar if you just wanted tea. And then Cam's going to be there bartending with all of her amazing zero proof beverages, okay? We'll have music. It's just going to be, just come hang out, be surrounded by art and creativity and really amazing people and community, and socialize and visit and talk and just be there, okay? This is what I'm really excited about. So that's happening on Saturday night. I don't even have an exact time yet, but maybe by the time this post I will. That's going to happen at night, though. I will say this. The last workshop ends at 4. I got to have time to go home, take a beat, change, take a bath, get dressed, come back, because I want to be fresh for the night crew. So it'll be a couple hours later. We'll reopen it back up, okay? But that's what we're doing. Now, why am I doing this? This is the heart, guys. It's not because I need sales. It's not because I need visibility. It's because I believe adults need more spaces to play and create and wonder and reconnect with themselves. You know, I got a fortune cookie the other day that said something about curiosity, and I put it on my mirror because I love curiosity. And when I was designing the storefront, so the thing that I thought was cool too is when I got this space, it's 20 by 40, the front portion, not including the back part of the space, but the front showroom portion is 20 by 40, big white open space, white marble floors. It's nice, big space. And then the front window the front wall all the way across 20 foot is windows. And so I got permission from the landlord to, go ahead and set up the window display right off the back so that people could become curious. You know what I'm saying? Because I was like, well, wait, so if I have this place 4 weeks before the festival actually starts, I need a week to get myself together. And then if I could set it up by this time next week, so 3 weeks ahead of time, that means that the window display could be up and people could be viewing it and they could become curious. And the thing is I don't have to write every single thing that I'm doing on this window. All I have to do is create curiosity. I just have to make it be something that someone wants to step a little closer. What is this? I'm curious. What's inside? What are they doing? Right? And part of that's part of my creative process too. Look, I love creativity. I love sharing creativity. I love co-creating with other people. One of the drivers behind everything I do is become a conscious creator of the life that you want to live. So creativity is huge. And I want to talk about permission. I think sometimes adults need permission to play. Take your shoes off. It's okay. You can be barefoot. You can do it. You can run through the hose. You can run through the sprinkler. You can play. You can finger paint. You can do this. You can express yourself. It's okay. And so this is where what you want becomes a philosophy instead of an event. So yes, the question on the front of the storefront, what do you want? Of course, it's a little play on words because my company is What You Want. It's what you want. But what do you want? That's the bigger question. And so, or that is the question. This is what I'm learning already. Okay. And I'm just saying from this one process. I mean, I could talk about what I learned from life, but let's just narrow it down to this one little thing that is happening, this Festival of Whatchawant. Uncertainty, things not being fully figured out, creating before certainty exists, trusting yourself, taking action before you know your every answer. Okay, this event has not even happened yet, and it's already teaching me things, lots of things. And that lets me know it is already so valuable. Do you understand? And I'm really excited. The bigger lesson here is, and I'm kind of zooming out here because this episode, yeah, I'm telling you about What You Want Week, but that's not what it's about, or the Festival of What You Want, It's about creating something before you're ready. It's, sometimes like the most meaningful things are built while you're figuring them out. This whole thing, I knew it was something. I leaned into the intuition. I felt it, but already I need to look at a calendar to even see what damn. Basically, it's not even been a week and a half since I first, or it's really right at been a week and a half since the pressure washer day. Blah, blah, blah. Sorry, I couldn't get that out. It's been like a week and a half since the pressure washer day. So even from that first day when I thought all I was doing was going to rent a pressure washer surface cleaner, this isn't something I had been planning for a long time, but you know what? In a sense, yeah, it is. Like, I've been having all this stuff. I'm not creating new things. There's a couple new things in here, but like Words Matter, the hand lettering workshop, but not really, because it's coming from a little course that I worked on, started a couple years ago. It's just like now it has a place to go. And so I am not forcing anything. I am truly being fully present and allowing this all to organically unfold. And this isn't off. I'm calling it the Festival of What You Want because it is the Festival of What You Want. What do you want? It's the Festival of What You Want. It's all these different things. But let me make a clear distinction. This isn't the Festival of Kelly. This is the What You Want week, but this isn't the Kelly week. What You Want is my company, but I want to make the very clear distinction that this is not about me. That's why you see all these collabs. That's why you see me bringing in things from reaching out to Jen Lee Creates, the gal who had the whole idea for the Letter It Out book. We're on volume 3 now. I was a part of volume 3, right? Because she created that to give money back to Red Shoes. This is a spiritual center for women in the community, right? Like this is community. This is how we build. This is how we connect. This is what it's all about. It's not all about Kelly. I just want to make sure y'all understand that. I'm at the center of it. I'm putting it all on. I'm putting it all together. I'm in the center of it in that sense, meaning, yes, I had the idea and I'm executing, but it's not about me. This is about you. It's about the community. It's about bringing forward or together some of my favorite people, my favorite businesses, my favorite people, individuals, whatever, from the community that I have long-standing relationships with, that I love, that I adore, that I believe in, that I want to see win in life, that are winning in life. And we're coming together. It's a way for you to grow what you know, what you believe, what you have access to, what you understand, just your web, to grow in all of the ways. So I'm going to bring it back home now. A few weeks from now, people will walk through the doors and they will experience whatever the Festival of What You Want becomes. At this point, at this moment where I am right now, I believe the real transformation has already started, because every time we choose we choose to create something that doesn't yet exist, every time we trust an idea enough to give it a chance, every time we stop waiting for certainty and start moving, we become someone new in the process, or a more refined version of ourselves, rather. And maybe that's what this whole thing has been about. For me, at this stage, is realizing that and then packaging it up and being able to reflect it back to you, give it back to you, gift it back to you in a way that will benefit you in so many beautiful and amazing and wonderful ways. So this is how it happened. This is what it is. This is why I'm doing it. This is what I'm learning along the way, why it matters. And I believe that's the whole episode because it's coming up. I want you to hop on the show notes, the link in the show notes, and actually go read about it, because by the time this airs, all the tickets and the event, like the specific workshop details, will already be live. And I cannot wait to see you on July 7th through 16th. That is going to be at 11445 Coursey Blvd. It's Suite M. That is in the Coursey Place Shopping Center off of Coursey Boulevard in Baton Rouge. The previous tenants still have their signage up. And so don't be confused if you're looking for that and you don't see like my signage up on the very top. But I will mention this. The previous tenant, when he sent me, he's like, I got one that I think would be a better fit for you. And he sent me to the other end of the shopping center. And remember, I said I didn't recognize this one as available at first because it still had the signage. Well, I will say the previous tenants, the name of their company is still on the top and it's still above the door. And it made me smile a little because I feel like the name is pretty on brand. It's Queen Resilient. What do y'all think? It works, right? Queen Resilient. I'll take it. So thanks to the Queen Resilient gals for leaving me their name on the sign because, felt like a little God wink. And I'm looking forward to seeing y'all there. Until next time, I love ya. Bye-bye. Thank you for tuning in to Dreamed It, Then Real Lifed It. I hope today's episode sparked something powerful within you. Remember, every step you take towards your vision counts, no matter how small. If you enjoyed today's conversation, please take a second to hit that subscribe button or leave a review. That would be amazing. Or share the podcast with someone who's ready to bring their dreams into reality too. And if you're looking to dive deeper, connect with me on social media at Dreamed It, Then Real Lifed It, or at BE_Whatchawant. Or visit dreameditThenRealLifedIt.us for more resources on aligning your life, business, and dreams. Until next time, keep dreaming and keep manifesting your dreams into real life. Love you, friends.